What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule awakening for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But
Lamont Roach is aware of what others are saying and isn't here for the games. Roach is walking into the Barclay, and he doesn't care if people believe he's just another opponent put to sleep before the fight ever gets exciting, or that he's simply another name on Tank's hit list. Center on Saturday with the sole objective of upending the boxing world and demonstrating that he is not a simple option for the so-called face of bow boxing. Tankil has no choice but to dig deep and deploy every weapon in his inventory, because this time, knockout won't come easily.
Competition, and it can only be one winner. It can't be two winners. It can only be one winner. So it's either going to be you or me, and I'm going to get you before you get me.
Which isn't backing down from the challenge against Tank Davis on March 1st. In fact, he's making it clear. Tank will have no choice but to face what he's bringing to the ring. Despite Davis's terrifying knockout ratio and reputation as a wrecking ball, Roach sees something others might be missing. A gap in Tank's armor, a flaw he believes he can exploit.
They seem to be overlooking you in this fight, and on the build up to this, what do you make of those outside critics doubting you in this fight?
I don't really care too much about the outside critics. I know what I could do in the ring, and that's the only thing that matters, honestly, is that I go out and give it my all and perform, and most likely, 9 times out of 10 when I do that, I'll be victorious.
While Roach sounds confident, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that Davis isn't just a knockout artist. He's a nearly flawless force of destruction. They remind Roach that no opponent has truly exposed a weakness in Tank's game, and believing you have the blueprint to beat him is far different from executing it. Roach might see himself as the scientist who outsmarts the beast, but he's never faced a fighter like Tank before. Come fight night, he'll have to prove he's more than just talk.
Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous...
This isn't your neighborhood gym. History hasn't been kind to people who believe they can outbox or outpower Tank. And tonight is the biggest stage of his career versus the division's most dangerous finisher.
I've been champion since 2017, fam. So, I just want to say thank everybody for coming out, everybody that's a part of this event. It's showtime now, all the talking and all the work been put in, so come Saturday night, it's going to be a great fight, Lamont coming with his best, I'm coming with my best, and, right here is the top of the DMV area, just on the stage, period, so, even on the undercard, the Gary Russells and things like that, they definitely a part of the DMV and things like that, so we got great talent, fighting on the card Saturday night. So I just want to be here and give it my all. I'm grateful and happy to be a part of this event and be able to be at this level in my career. So I want to just say thank y'all for coming out and see y'all Saturday night. And thank everybody like Amazon Prime, Al Heyman, and my team. And that's it, man. See y'all Saturday night.
Check out Jamal Herring. Herring nearly put Roach on the canvas back in 2019 before winning a unanimous decision that raises concerns about Roach's level. What would happen if Herring could do that and the man who strikes like a freight train starts unloading? That uncertainty looms over Roach's confidence.
He actually took this fight for the naysayers and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And he want to prove his skills against the dog. So I'm going to show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
But Roach isn't paying attention to the doubts. He's focused on the work, stepping up from a 130 to lightweight. And he believes that extra weight will be a game changer. More power, more strength, and greater durability. We're just getting stronger, getting faster. We don't have to cut as much weight, so we have more room to push physically.
here in Brooklyn at Barclays Center so special for you?
The way they show love here, it's been always great. You know, I think, you know, this like my second home, you know, since I won my first world title in 2017. I feel like there's a great atmosphere. Brooklyn, you know, what can I say? You know, come Saturday night, you'll see.
Roach explained. He's entering this fight in the best shape of his life, and he's not just relying on his own improvements. He sees vulnerabilities in Tank's. Camp 2, a major factor. The absence of Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer and mentor, who won't be in his...
You know, sometimes it just, you know, I knew Barry since I was young, you know, Eva Book, you know, just being in that space, you know, they help you evolve it, like better your game and also better you as a person and things like that. So just being around them is great. You know, it's good to have two top trainers come together, which it would be Barry, Calvin, you know, Eva, Kenny too. You know, just all had them under one roof is amazing. You know. I see a lot of people have, like, you know, different fighters in their camp and stuff like that, but what's great about me, I have actually coaches, teachers, and things like that, so I soak up the knowledge from them and let them be them.
Back to you, Tank. You know, Barry Hunter said on Gloves Off
his corner on fight night. For Roach, that's like taking the captain off a ship right before a storm. He knows how important Ford is to Tank's success, and he's ready to take full advantage. The mind games have already begun, but come fight night, it's all about execution.
Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach always, he come to fight. I mean, I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
More than likely, Roach said when asked if Calvin Ford's absence would be an advantage. I think that's a little weird. You've been with your trainer your whole career, and now he's not in your corner. That might be a difference maker. You never know. He has a point. As dominant as Tank Davis is, he has habits. He starts slow, often falling behind on the scorecards before relying on his devastating power to turn the tide. It's a formula that's worked time and time again. But what happens if that punch doesn't land clean? What if Roach, with his slick boxing skills, builds an early lead and makes it an ugly, grinding fight in the later rounds? That's the scenario Roach is betting on.
That compliment from Tank, you know, in the build-up to this fight, because he, even though the outside critics say what they say, he sees what you have, you know. So what do you make of that coming from Tank?
I take that compliment very well, and it lets me know that he is 100% focused, and that he gonna bring his A game. You know, that's what's all a part of this. Is gonna make it a great fight. That's what a lot of people are missing. That's what, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't get. So that's the thing right there. Like, he's attentive, he's aware, and he know that, and that's part of the, you know, that's what got him here today. He know that, like, he know boxing.
Now back to you, Roach. Why do you believe he's undefeated? 30 fights and 28 of those guys have gotten knocked out. Why do you think so many of his opponents have gotten knocked out? And do you believe that there's been an element of intimidation or second guessing before they even step into the ring with Tank going into a fight?
Shit, I don't know. You gotta ask them when it comes to the invitation thing. But obviously he hit for, but you know, for.
I train for the best Tank, he said. I train for a Tank that isn't distracted. I'm preparing for a beast. If he's not a beast that night, it's going to show. Roach's confidence is undeniable, but this fight is about more than just facing Tank. It's about fighting the narrative, the expectation, and the overwhelming belief that he's nothing more than a stepping stone. He's up against a sport that has seemingly already decided his fate. And that's what makes this fight so intriguing. If Roach is wrong, if he's just another name on Tank's highlight reel, the critics will have their "I told you so" moment. They'll say he was never on this level, that his confidence was misplaced, and that Tank did what he always does, break his opponent down and send him home early. But if Roach is right, if he can do what no one else has, that changes everything.
It's been great, man. I've been working my ass off. I've been putting myself through hell, putting myself through fire. Also, for March 1st to come out victorious.
If Roach is right, if he survives the early rounds, exposes Tank's bad habits, and drags him into a real dogfight, that changes everything. Despite the odds and the doubts, Roach remains convinced he has the answers. "I've been here before. The tables will turn. I'll tell you that," he said, leaving no room for hesitation. Maybe he's bluffing. Maybe he truly sees something. The world doesn't. But one thing is certain, he's not coming to Brooklyn to lose. And behind all this confidence stands his father, Lamont Roach Sr., a man who has been preparing for this moment his entire life, even if the world hasn't been paying attention. As Roach Sr. stands in his son's corner for the biggest fight of his career against the unbeaten knockout artist Gervonta "Tank" Davis, memories flood back, the late nights in the gym, the long drives to amateur tournaments, the sacrifices. But above all, the lessons from one man, Bernard Roach. Bernard wasn't just a mentor, he was family. The architect of a boxing legacy that still stands strong today. And as Roach Sr. steps into Brooklyn's Barclays Center, a place where dreams are both made and shattered, he knows Bernard is watching. "We saw it, we believed it, we achieved it," Roach Sr. says, his voice filled with both pride and sorrow. Bernard Roach was a very good man.
Fight him like a dog, and he said, "I'm gonna try to knock him out. If he talking about retiring, I'm gonna try to retire his ass early." A lot of people think that that's the wrong game plan. I agree. I don't think it's gonna work, but...
For Roach Sr., this isn't just another fight. It's the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and belief. It's the chance to prove that Lamont Jr. is more than just an underdog, more than just another name on Tank Davis' record. The world may see this as another routine win for Davis, another highlight reel knockout waiting to happen. But inside the Roach camp, there's an unwavering belief that this time will be different. Roach Sr. carries his mentor, Bernard Roach, with him everywhere. Bernard may have passed in 2017, but his presence lingers in every moment, his teachings, his wisdom, his relentless drive to mold champions. Now, as Lamont Jr. prepares for the biggest fight of his life against the most dangerous puncher in boxing, Roach Sr. leans on those lessons more than ever. "He's with me. His spirit is here," Roach Sr. says. "He would be so excited for this moment, but he's with me. You see little signs, little reminders." Bernard's impact was evident in 2023 when Lamont Jr. won the WBA junior lightweight title in dramatic fashion. With the fight against Hector Luis Garcia on the line in the final round, Roach Jr. delivered a knockdown that secured his victory. That moment, Roach Sr. insists, was guided by Bernard's spirit. "In the last round of that championship fight, I lifted up my shirt with Bernard's picture on it," Roach Sr. recalls. "He's watching. This one is for him." And then there was the voice. "I just had this funny feeling that something was going on," Roach Sr. says. "I think that was him telling us, don't let up."
It'd be like, I don't know, it'd be little clips, like you see how like man him was talking and then somebody else talked like his crew. Mm-hmm. That's what get me up. Like that's what make me like, I always want to prove to somebody that I'm like...
Speed, power, aggression, and he's holding his own. The focus has been on movement, defense, and staying sharp. But beyond the fight itself, Roach is driven by something even bigger. "After I win, my life and my family's lives will change drastically for the better." It's a simple but powerful statement. Roach isn't just fighting for himself. He's Fighting for his family, his city, and the respect he feels has been denied to him. A win over Davis would be career-defining, elevating him from a solid champion to a household name. In camp, Roach has pushed himself harder than ever. His sparring partners have been carefully selected to replicate Davis's style, forcing him into battles in the center of the ring. He knows standing still against Tank is a death sentence, so he's training to stay elusive while landing sharp counters. His father, Lamont Roach Sr., has been instrumental in keeping him mentally locked. In a no-nonsense trainer, he refuses to let outside noise seep into their gym. Every session is about preparation and improvement. No distractions, no worrying about media narratives. Psychologically, Roach knows he has to stay in. Tank thrives when opponents hesitate or show fear, and Roach refuses to give him that satisfaction. He's coming to fight, not to fold.
Looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont, like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.